Hey, this is another video on the channel, and today I want to talk about the Weapon Exilus slot, and kind of how I feel, how they implemented it, what I might change about it, the personality of weapons currently and moving forward, because I feel like it's not really that good outside of shotguns. Shotguns have the best personalities currently because they have one viable non-status, non-crit weapon that can be built for status if you use it proven. But I do like the fact that there is somewhat of a viable raw damage build on this weapon with acid shells plus a faction damage mod, because that will you kill the enemy and they blow up and they kill everything around them, which makes the weapon pretty good at dealing with unarmored enemies in a CC fashion. But obviously, there is a really good way of just turning this weapon into a status weapon, and it's especially strong when you do that. But shotguns currently have a hybrid, a crit, and a status variant that are all commonly used and are very popular and powerful. While a lot of other weapons, they don't really have good, I guess, status variants because of how they, I guess, work and compete with each other. And I feel like the Exilus adapter slot, it doesn't really help with that. And there are a lot of ways to change it. Currently, the Exilus slot is working as kind of a band-aid or used for set bonuses or used for Ivara for cheesing with silencer mods. So my opinion right now is also flight speed for extra damage fall off. But my opinion right now is that there is a lot of mods that could be here, like punch through, like magazine size, and the IPS mod. Surprisingly, I feel like they could be there because you don't really often use these mods, and if you do, it's because of the personality of the weapon. And there are a lot of weapons outside of shotguns that their personality is built around being able to put these IPS mods in. But because they're built in a hybrid or crit fashion, you won't put these in because they're just significantly worse than your other mods. And while some people might disagree, saying they're damage ups, a no-brainer mod like Prime Shotgun Ammo Mutator or Shotgun Ammo Mutator or any Ammo Mutator, honestly, like usually when you free up this slot, it's because you're putting a no-brainer mod in that does affect your usability and utility. And I feel like punch through, IPS mods, as well as unique weapons mods like Firestorm, as well as oh my god, there we go, as well as Sharpshooter, they could go in this slot because they're all heavily personality focused, and it would just be nice to be able to run them. You could say that reload speed could be in this slot, but I feel like it's a bit too on the damage spectrum because there's a lot of weapons that do run this for DPS. And yeah, you could say ammo extensions to your magazine are DPS increases and significant ones, but I do feel like these weapons it doesn't really change much that I can move these into this slot instead of putting Fatal Acceleration in for extra fall off distance, because it's unique to the weapon. And I feel like these mod slots are only used when a unique factor to the weapon is implemented into the equation, where say the comb, it eats ammo like crazy, and you want to stick an ammo mutator in it, but you never really had the mod slot capacity for it. While these weapons do fit their way into builds, in certain weapons there are others that just can't fit them in, or are hindered by it. The core tech would love to have more options in this Exilus slot, where it could put either you decide between extra crit chance, or not crit chance, a chance to upgrade your critical hits for more damage, or the ability to increase your slash output. And I think it would just be overall beneficial to add in more mods, unique mods, magazine mods, IPS mods, things like that. Because right now, every time you build a weapon, it's usually just based on looking at stat spread alone. And it's not really for the factors you get in game. And yeah, I don't know, this is a bit of a rant. I kind of don't know how I feel about this yet. The exo slot stuff is kind of a bit iffy right now. And it almost never feels worth it to spend 20 plat on this, and it definitely doesn't feel worth it to grind for an adapter, because they are very expensive. And I'd rather much just spend the 20 plat on them, so they don't fit their way into many of my builds. Yeah, that's about it.